Hello everyone, and welcome back. Just got done spending a night at the tent, just checking everything out, making sure that the tent was still standing after all the snow this year and that my folks' cabin was doing good. When I came up here yesterday, it was raining, and it's the middle of January, and this was all ice. And then it switched over to snow. I think once I get down by Lake Superior, the road should be fairly clear, I think. I don't think they got a whole lot of snow down there, but I'm not sure. Well, it's the following day. I was out doing some of the wall sheetrock last night, and I've just been having trouble with this furnace. To me, it's been getting louder, and then I would stand on the floor and I could feel like a vibration in the floor, which I didn't feel before. And now that the motor in there, I think it's bad, or it's going bad. Watch what happens now. It clicks on for a while like this. And see, now it just stops. Smells like hot metal in here. So I got a hold of the guy that I got it from, and what happens now is it'll do this for a while, and then must be an overload that just shuts it off. And then after it cools down, it'll kick back on again, and it'll go. But it only will run for maybe 3-4 minutes now. It doesn't even keep it warm in here. I mean, it's warm, but it's not like it's set on. So anyway, I got a hold of the guy. After it took me forever to go through because I bought it on Marketplace, and that one that's in the back part of the workshop is a beautiful furnace. I love it. This one here looks kind of old, and anyway, I got a hold of him, and he said that it's probably, first he thought it was it's not a transistor, I forget what it's called. Anyway, but he said if that was the case, I wish I could think of the name right now, but anyway, that helps that motor start. He said to check that, you go down there and then you push the motor when it starts, and it should kick in. And that really doesn't work. Remember the one time in the previous video we came in here and I had to put a heater on it because it wouldn't go? It was already getting bad then. So anyway, now that doesn't help at all. So, and he thought, well, we can just replace the motor. And I said, you know what? Do you have a different furnace? Like this one, if I hook it up to propane, I've got to have the metal stack going up, and then I'm going to have to go through the metal roof or go up and over, and I don't really want to do that with a metal one. I said, do you have one that's more efficient, like the one that's in the back part of the workshop where it's just the PVC pipe? So he has I think it's a 70,000. This is a 50,000 BTU. He has a 70,000 BTU that's 95% efficient. So that's 5% more efficient than the one that's in the back part of the workshop. And it has all new air handlers put in it. So I think what I'm going to do, it's 2 hours and 15-minute drive, but I think I'm going to yank this furnace because I just don't have a good feeling about it. So I think what I'd have to do now is hang this so I don't have to unhook anything, and the water can just keep going through all this, because this is just a separate piece. Oh, that's hot. hang it, and I can just blow a fan underneath it to keep this, warm enough in here. And then pull this. I don't have to bring it back, but what am I going to do with it? So I thought I could drag it back, and I could, and then pick up the new one. And the new one is about the same depth, almost the same height. This one has a wooden thing underneath it here. Without the wood thing, they're almost the same height. And then, but it's only 17 inches wide, so it's a little narrower, like the one that's in there. But my biggest thing was I wanted to make sure that since I bought this, I can bolt this or screw this onto the new furnace. And it should work that way. I don't know, just something that came up, and it's like, I don't want my taping mud to freeze in here, and I could bring it into another building, but it's just, now I just got a bad feeling about this furnace. I'm just going to keep that on low for now. I can feel it pushing the air around. And then if you want to turn down the heat, you just pull the fan a little bit farther away from the heat exchanger right here. That's all you need. You don't even need to buy a furnace. Well, this one is ready to be drugged back. But there's a snowstorm going on right now. We're under a winter weather warning, whatever it's called, winter storm warning. Only supposed to get 2 or 3 inches, but it's snowing pretty good. So I'll wait till later on. This should be done, I think, by 6 o'clock tonight, maybe earlier. I gotta shovel some snow out of the back of my truck and put that furnace in there, and then I'll tomorrow drive down to, where am I going? Somewhere, can't remember the name, somewhere in Wisconsin. Oh, there it is. Everything up to this point seemed like a waste of my time. Now when I get the new one, it won't seem like that. Good morning, everybody. 20 minutes after 6. Let's go to Wisconsin. Full of fuel. just picked up the furnace, dropped off the other one, and now we'll head home. It's a long drive out here.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto South Main Street.
They're grooming the snowmobile trails right there. I had to drive right by Melissa's work, so I stopped in there and we ran into Duluth here, which is, we went up the hill. You can see the hill, and had Buffalo Wild Wings for lunch. Now I'm heading back home. Well, here's the new furnace. I have to make a couple of modifications on this one here. The cold air return is on the other side of the furnace, so I have to cover that with metal and then pull this side out so it can hook up to there. I'm just making sure that everything will work. The only trouble I'm going to have is with this drain here. But I think I can move that around. Well, I'll come out and play with this some more tomorrow. I have to get one of my metal blades for the skill saw to cut that hole out. This metal on the side here is, I tried to use the thing that right here, I drilled the hole to try the thing that I used to cut the circles in the sheet metal, but it won't do it. I thought I could run a straight line with that, but it barely fits on there by using the same ductwork, but it will work. Plenty toasty in here though, just with that fan going underneath the radiator. It's almost 8 o'clock right now though. It's been enough of a day. Just filled up the boiler for the night. Good morning, everybody. January 21st today. Tomorrow on average is the coldest day of the year. Although we have a lot of cold snaps still in February and March. Things generally start to go uphill. I think so far this winter I burnt maybe 6 cord, maybe 7. We have a real big cold front coming in though towards the end of this next week where we're going to get some 12 below readings. Nothing real major, but still pretty cold. Nice today though, 19 degrees this morning. Nothing for wind. Thought I'd come out here and turn up the heat so I can come out and work on that furnace. Pretty nice in here though. Yesterday I filled that wood boiler up, but it was earlier in the day because I had to leave to go to Wisconsin. And then last night, I don't know, it was probably 7:30. It was right when I went inside from being out here. So 7:30, 8 o'clock, whenever it was, and we're sitting in there, and Melissa said something smells hot, and I could smell it too, and walked around the house, but it didn't seem, anything. Well, what happened was it had been a long time, and when I put wood in before I left, I didn't put 2 sled fulls in, just threw in 1, and it went down. So the water temperature dropped low enough. It went down to like 148 or something, 144 or whatever it was, that the furnace kicked on in the house, and that was probably the first time it has in a month. So you could smell the dust burning off in there. I wanted to check in here and see if I have any metal. Metal blades I got one for a skill saw. Looks like I have a few for this would be the easier saw to use. I don't think it's this one either. Yeah, it's pretty nice in here. This will be a better cutter for cutting that out. It won't heat it up as bad, a thinner blade. Looks like I have an extra blade in here, so I won't need these. I'm going to run inside for a little bit, see if Melissa's awake yet. I always make her tea in the morning if I'm here. Eventually make it out. I do have to cut some wood here in the next before that real cold snap comes. I'm going to want to get in here, sharpen up the blade on the chainsaw, and cut some wood. It sucks doing it when it's 12 below zero out. I think I'm going to take this apart and put this on. Just be easier than having to deal with that and then put that back on afterwards. Eventually, when I switch this over to, or hook it up to propane, so it can work on either that or the wood boiler, I'll have to take and cut this shorter. This was actually extended out because the other furnace had a metal flue that came out right here. This is intake. It doesn't matter. It can just pull it right from the inside the building. I mean, you can run it outside, but you know, unless you got something going on in the house that's causing a lot of smoke or whatever, there's no real reason. It just draws air in. So this one here, I mean, I guess I could just do that, and I wouldn't have to do anything. I might do that, put a piece of metal right there. The one in the back part of the workshop, the radiator thingy, heat exchanger, is wider than the actual furnace. So it just sticks past. I could easily do that. Just move the furnace over this way, because I want to kind of get that closer to the, well, I don't know. If I could slide it either way, I guess it'd be a good place to put brooms or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure that out, but for right now, I mean, all I needed it for is an air handler. With this one here, for right now, I'm just going to wire it the same way I did the other one. When I posted a video, it was back in November, and this guy named Jeffrey emailed me. He had some answers, so I said email me, and put my email in a comment, and he emailed me on, I think it was November 29th. And at that time I didn't need anything, so I just saved it. And now I just went inside and emailed him, asking him to text me, because he would know how to wire this so that when he had the answers and there's a diagram there and everything, and I'm looking at it like, okay, it would take me a while to figure it out. So I told him I could just send him a picture of this and I'd send him a picture of this when it's open, and he could tell me what wires to hook up so that when it calls for heat, just the fan comes on. It doesn't, I don't know if this one would have glow plugs or if it's got the electronic ignition, you know, so tick, 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 tick. I don't want that to happen. I just want the blower to come on. And he explained it, but it was, like a foreign language to me. I'd have to, because he hasn't seen this board, he had to have like multiple answers. And I just want to put the green one here, put the red one here, that's the kind of stuff I can understand. So I'm just going to hook this up the same way. And we're going to put that this thing on there, and then that thermostat that I have over there. I don't like that thermostat though, because I have to come in here, like when I'm not here, I have it like shut off at 62 and come on at 50. When I'm out here, I'll have it come on at 62 or something and shut off at 68. But then you got to sit there and you got to push the M for a while. Then you got to push set. Then you got to push M. Then you got to push set. And then you can change the numbers. And it's just, to me, it's a total waste of time. I mean, it works, but this is the stupidest thing ever. If you're, I've got the wires run, let's hook it all up correctly and just have it run like a regular furnace. I did take a picture last time of how I had it set up so that I would do it the same this time, because black wire I have running as the green wire, because this is just a 3-wire. The stuff that I ran over there is like 8-wire, so I'll have every color. So I need to hook white to white, red to red, and black to green. I really need to get this floor insulated. It gets cold so fast in here when that heat stops. And laying on it is pretty chilly. Alright, black to green. And then red to red. It certainly looks a lot better than the old furnace did. That other one looked really old. I should be able to plug this in now, and it should fire up. That should be on right now. Well, the light says normal operation, but I can't get that fan to come on. It's getting cold in here, so I just put the fan on there to heat it up. Well, I got it running, and you know what I did was, I said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video and ask the question on YouTube, and somebody will. I had so much good advice last time. So anyway, so I get the camera down here and I do my talking. I have 3 video clips and I take 9 pictures showing the board, model number, everything I think that somebody will need. And then I go inside and I load the 3 video clips onto my computer, and then there's 9 pictures, and I'm going to transfer them. And what I like to do is send them to myself from my phone to Facebook, and then from Facebook to my computer, because it downsizes the pictures without me having to do anything. So anyway, I'm doing that, and I'm going through, and I get to like the 4th picture, and put that into the folder that's in the correct folder for this video, and then I go to the next picture. It's like, wait a minute. And then I go back to that picture and I look at it, and there's the picture. Red is supposed to be to red, white to white, and I'm using black as my green. Well, I got green right, and then I'm colorblind red, so it's hard for me to see that anyway. But then I'm down there on the ground, and actually I put them in the wrong one. So then I came out, switched the red to red, white to white, closed everything back up, and now it's running great. And I said out loud, I called myself, you know, what a stupid. I'm pretty happy I switched that out though, because this one is way quieter than the other one. I don't even have any, you know, of the ductwork stuff going on here. It doesn't seem to blow nearly as hard, but I also know that the way I have it wired, and there's these little click switches on the board, that I might have it on a lower stage for the fan. But this furnace will heat 1,400 square feet, and this is only 720 square feet. So, I mean, once the building gets warm, it doesn't take much to keep it warm. So, you know, after I get the floor insulated in the ceiling. Oh, it's awesome. There's no vibration in the floor. I'm not going to hook everything up right now though, because look at that, shuts her right down nice. I think I'm going to pull this out and pull the water heater out and come in here, and we're just going to do vinyl or linoleum on this floor. I think I might put all that down right now and then cover it all with the red rosin paper to keep it safe, and just be real careful in here, because I don't want to have to try to fit it around here. As much as I just want to tape everything up right now and get it hooked up, if I just wait, I left the wires on here, I can just pull the furnace out, shove it over there, lay the vinyl in here, and then just come and set it right back down and hook everything up, and I'll never have to move it. Actually, I should do that and then sheetrock behind it too, because there's a lot of crap here. That did not take long at all to get up to temp. Let's see, I'm going to turn it up more. So the only thing I'm going to have to do for modify, like I talked about, is this when I get propane hooked up to it. And then at that time also, this is the drain thing that's screwed on the side here. And then these two go in there, but they would have been straight, but you know, straight. And then when that fills up, it would just drain out. But whoever, this is broken, and whoever had it before cut it off flush here, so you couldn't do anything to it. But he gave me another one here, and all I would do is drain this, probably drain it down. He did have a pump that I could have bought for 25 bucks to pump it out, but then I got to pump it out somewhere. The thing is, when it's going down below, then you got cold air that can come up through here. Well, like I said, I don't have to worry about it now, but when I do, even that's manageable to, you know, even if I just put one screw in there so it sits out like this, what do I care? Melissa's in there making breakfast for lunch, and we haven't had that for a few weeks, so it smells really good in there. What time is it? Ooh, it's 11:41. It's probably almost time to eat. She likes to eat around 11:30 usually. Oh, I didn't see it. Well, it's a little after 9:30. I just went out and filled up the boiler. Melissa went out and did all the outside cats. You just saw her walking back. Went out and gave the chickens food and water and collected 5 eggs today. The chickens are paying for themselves for sure now. Good morning, everybody. Just out here filling up the wood boiler. Not sure if I'm going to get much of anything filmed today. Melissa wants to go see the movie Puss in Boots in the movie theater. And I said I'd bring her. Go out for lunch maybe, go to the movie. But anyway, it's a nice day. 16 degrees, no wind. Sunshine would be nice, but other than that, nice day. Well, this afternoon I was out here with the four-wheeler cleaning up some of the snow around the edges, and it's been a couple of weeks, so I thought I'd better start this thing up and let it run for a while and heat up, make sure everything's okay. Tomorrow it's supposed to get up to 31 degrees. We have a couple of nice days like that, and then it's going to get real cold, be down by the end of the week, be down to, I don't know, something like 17, 20 below, something like that. I think I'll take the tractor in here tomorrow and scoop all this out of here, make me a little parking lot for my truck. Nice and clean, no chemicals. Okay, everyone, well, thanks a lot for watching. Today might be the coldest day of the year on average, but there's a lot more winter yet to come. I will see you guys on the next video. 2 eggs today.